Oh boy, it's that time. It's that time again. It's that time where we miraculous, the miraculing. Miraculous. Yeah! 4 episodes have come and gone, and you know what that means? I have to talk about them now. Yeah. As promised, the Miraculous videos, I guess, series is indeed a series. I may not be the most active guy on these interwebs, but I am also a person of my word, so don't worry, my friends. When I say I'll be back, I mean I will come back. Even if it means stopping my comic book making hobby for a little bit, I clearly still have higher priorities to attend to, which is to continue my guilty pleasure watch of this superhero cartoon. Thanks for all the comments on the last 2 videos. It was neat seeing a small tiny side of the fandom I'm still relatively new in. And while I didn't respond to all of them, I guarantee you I read every single one. Thanks for not being mean, it is very much appreciated. Also, sorry for spelling Adrian wrong for a little bit. That is still kind of embarrassing for me, except time has passed and I have gotten over it. I've said I've gotten over it. Anywho, with this little break I have had, I've been able to really word better my clear and proper stance on the series thus far. I can now confidently and comfortably say that this show is not great, but has its moments. It has enough fun ideas to keep me entertained, and sometimes even has interesting stories every now and again to keep me invested. At the very least, it gives me something to laugh at, and at the very most, I lose my shit over a surprisingly really cool plot twist. What? Whoa, what the f***? Plus, you know, I like Marinette and Adrian, Ladybug and Cat Noir. I think they are fun characters, and even a lot of the extra guys are too when they are given things to do. I say all this now because I feel like I could have been a bit more clear within my first video, and considering the possibility of newer people discovering me through talking about the show, it's good to be clear and honest right from the get-go. I still recommend watching my other stuff after this, though, as you will get a much more of an understanding of what my unique experience has been so far. You may have differing opinions to what I have already said or will say, which is obviously fine. Don't take what I say super seriously. I ain't a professional critique guy, just a passionate fanboy who is easily amused. So just sit back and enjoy the ride as we got 4 more episodes of this show to talk about. Starting with... It took this long to get the first episode. Good God, I wonder how the fans made it through watching this show over the years. After seeing this one as well, it made me not only reevaluate episode 2, but also made me kind of sad how we didn't open the season with this one. I ain't gonna sugarcoat it, folks. This is a way better introduction to season 6. It immediately deals with the things as we as viewers would want to see after season 5. You know, the usual. What's Adrian up to now that his father's out of the picture? How is the Adrianette relationship going? And how will the animators brag about the new animation style? Oh, trust me, they very much show off the new animation style here. This fight scene is gorgeous. I love it to bits. There's a lot of neat things here that I appreciate as well, mainly the exploration of passion that Adrian is on. This is the most agency I've seen him have in an episode all season, and while it's nothing huge, it's nice seeing this kid try to do something for himself. I told you we were getting there in the last video, it's just that, we apparently already were kind of there. Huh. And Marinette's support for him is surprisingly wholesome. I am shocked at how normal she is in this episode compared to how paranoid she is literally an episode later. She just seems more sure of herself with a little bit of an awkward charm. It's perfect. That, my friends, is what we call actual character growth. Shame it kind of disappears for the next 3 episodes, but whatever. Miraculous got a Miraculous. I already said my piece on that. The social media commentary is neat as well, pretty good in terms of execution to the target demographic we're aiming for, and it's fun seeing the series play with the continuity of its universe a little bit with references to some of the other characters. Like Max's mom has written a book about her space stuff now, that's cool. It's also quite dramatically fitting to have the OG villain of the series be the first villain in this new era of the show, showing how far the series itself has come in terms of presentation. Kick her ass! Oh, yeah, also, apparently nobody trusts this girl, and honestly, I'm more 50-50 on her. Mainly because of the fact I really like this joke. If she turns out to be Lila, I can't tell if it makes this scene funnier or stupider. Oh, hey look! look, this is how Adrian met Sublime. Very rare to see proper introductory moments in a show like this. Well done. This ending would also be way more powerful if Marinette actually listened to the things she was telling herself. Okay, seriously, I understand bringing her back to a similar spot she was in a new season, but contradicting your own actions within the same season? That's when I start to have questions. It's even weirder, too, when you realize Marinette has had zero reaction to the Akumatization and just keeps going as if this is normal, when literally an episode later she is paranoid as shit. I think it probably has something to do with the fact that they are making every episode relatively standalone, but that still doesn't change the fact that the obvious regression being demonstrated in between episodes is really odd. Probably my biggest critique of sorts, to be honest. I like the slightly awkward and nice Marinette to be here more, not the incredibly awkward and paranoid Marinette. Whatever. At least the second is still funnier to watch at times. Like I said before, she is weirdly more entertaining now. I just find it worth noting more than ever, considering Adrian has been the exact same episode to episode, while Marinette feels like the writers are at war with how she is supposed to be. I would be incredibly curious to be that fly on the wall in writers' meetings, that's all I'm saying. Anyway, that's pretty much it for episode 1. I would say more, but everything worth noting is mainly just some funny gags, the animation, Lila still being a much more menacing villain, and that's stuff I've already mentioned. Adrian's bodyguard is the best background character ever, fight me. Look at him with his hose, it's hilarious. Off to whatever the next episode entails. Probably another filler one, right? Oh my god! Holy crap! What is happening? This is insane! Why is the show good all of a sudden? Ah! I don't have a mug to drink out of this time, so... Okay. Jokes aside, this is one of my new favorite episodes of the show. Like, I could actually say I might go back to watch this singular episode just for... fun. Oh my god! Yeah, I know, it threw me through a hoop too. This episode really feels like the series grew up a little bit and finally became more self-aware of the story it is telling. Because this level of thematic self-awareness with the whole evil dads thing is way too good to not be intentional. Ivan is revealed to have his own daddy issues, which the story uses as a basis to show Marinette a possible reality that Adrian could go through if she told him the truth about the ending of the last season, giving her a unique perspective on her actions and probably making her realize how stupid of an idea it is to keep this under lock and key. Furthermore, she discovers a written confession from Gabe telling his son to continue the Hawkmoth legacy while she was busy going all girlfriend goo-goo eyes on old baby pictures of her boyfriend. So obviously the debate comes in where she wonders if it's worth sharing this or getting rid of it entirely. Surely Natalie could help though, right? Oh. Yeah, so apparently Natalie has been talking to this evil council, and one of the members is her own evil daddy who wants to get the Miraculous. Also, the teenagers are trying to set up a concert for their old teacher, I guess. But look! Gay people! Hooray? As you can see, there is so much to unpack here. I never thought 22 minutes of TV would make me lose my crap, but now I got recorded evidence of it, so no point in pondering now. I think it's really all the little details which make this episode work for me. Like Lila slipping up mid-villain convincing and having to change her manipulative tactic. Or Adrian remembering fondly on his childhood through an old frog plush. Or Luca showing up at all after being pushed out of the plot. Or this fucking cool as hell action scene with music playing over it that doesn't suck listening to. Now, I'm not saying it's a great song. I ain't a musical expert. But I'll take it over Adrian singing, that's for sure. I need more Ladybug and polka dotted cowboy hat in my life. First the scarf, now the hat. I wonder if the merchandise people are having a field day watching these. Ivan's whole conflict is treated very well by the story, and I like it a lot. Very straight to the point and very relatable. You really feel for the guy. The dude who started off as some random character with a gruff exterior and a soft heart really has been given layers in just one episode. I'm impressed. I especially love the scene where Ladybug tells Ivan in the sewers that it's okay to still love his dad even if you don't agree with him. This is the real superhero stuff, man. And since they really play with the Adrian comparisons, I like how Marinette nearly tells Adrian the truth because of what happened here. She ultimately chooses not to because of the damn frog, but it nearly happened, so... I had goosebumps while watching. I think the thing I'm the most impressed by, though, is the moral ambiguity of this one. It doesn't treat the situation as black and white. No greater good talk or anything like that. Something I love that was in the World London special was the fact that for the first time ever, the show didn't side with Marinette and really lean towards the, what would you have done in this situation question. I was 100% certain in my gut, judging by how other seasons played out, that this wouldn't be continued, and I got proven wrong. The show is still keeping the moral ambiguity, and it is continuing said ambiguity with other situations. Like, is it okay to let Ivan's dad go free after his akumatization? I could see many people siding with Ladybug here or against her, and for the first time ever, I actually understand that conflict, and I'd like to see the possible discussions it could lead to. Due to the execution of this, I can also understand Marinette's reasons for not wanting to tell Adrian the truth further than I ever did before. I and many others don't agree with her decision, but I understand where she is coming from, which is where that already mentioned damn frog comes in. The narrative is showing us that Adrian is happy remembering all the nicer moments with his dad, proving Marinette's idea from way back is actually right. This will of course blow up in her face later when you think long term, but she is also a damn teenager around the age of 14 or 15, so like, of course she isn't perfect here and is blinded by seeing her partner happy. I gotta say, if you are a shipper of these two, you must have been loving these past 2 episodes, morals be damned. This council scene, by the way, is super cool. I am really interested to see what this means. Could you imagine? Could you imagine Hawkmoth being a part of this evil villain gang all along? What would their meetings be like? You lost the Miraculous again? I guarantee you that next time I will get them for sure. You have been doing this for 5 seasons and 4 villain rebrands and you still got jack shit! Plans to revive my wife are still in motion, and with my powers, I shall show the world what it truly means to be monarch. I swear to God, if you get beaten by that teenager, your villain badge will be revoked and you will be kicked out of this club! You can't do that. I have an evil staff for a reason. Then stop getting your ass kicked and win, bitch! Oh, God. Anywho, as much as this is incredibly suspicious for Natalie, I am still under the belief that she is a good person and is probably struggling with a similar conflict this episode set out to focus on. The good old daddy issues. I mean, come on, why else would they reveal it in this episode? It feels too deliberate. Can't wait to see where this goes. Solid episode, fellas. I legitimately am impressed. Let's see if you can keep the pace up. Well, I mean, there is some good stuff in here. I like the commentary this season has delved into, as each episode has handled it pretty well. Alia, the Doctor Who goat, is always nice to see, and the cool twist of Adrian's powers feels long overdue, let's be honest. And, this feels like a middle chapter, to be frank. This doesn't mean it's bad, but I think this is the first episode I watched where I went, okay, so we're just going through the motions. It's doing that TV show thing where it's tricking you and having story progression, and then when you actually watch it again, the only thing that has really progressed was one tiny aspect. That being Adrian's powers. I would say Alia knowing about Marinette having a secret too, but I feel like that won't come back to haunt the series till a finale or something, so, yeah, we just kind of chilling this week. Funnily enough, this was the first episode to come out after my last video, and I've just been putting them in timeline order mainly because, especially after the whole episode 1 thing, I just think it would be better to see them like this. This is episode 11, and boy, let me tell you, this was the most episode 11 to ever episode 11 in my life. Like I said already, that's not saying it's bad though. Far from it. I'm shocked at how much better the teenager side of the show has gotten, because sometimes I feel more invested in it this time around instead of the superhero stuff. This makes sense as an extension to the whole Adrian being a public figure stuff too, as people would talk about him and his relationships this way. And seeing episode 1 and 11 really delve into the narrative of people making Marinette out to be the evil one in the relationship is painfully honest and true. It's just funny seeing Marinette act all innocent and think everything is a misunderstanding. On one hand, I get it, gotta teach the kids a lesson. On the other, I feel like everyone knows that people do things for rage bait. At least smarter people, which Marinette is and has constantly proven herself to be. However, that is but a small nitpick and doesn't really matter all that much. What really matters is that Alia, her best friend, gets angry at Marinette for hiding the truth, which is not only very in character, but also incredibly reassuring. She was always seen, but at least by me, to be one of the more reasonable characters in the show, and seeing her actively not only criticize Marinette, but rightfully feels disgusted by her actions shows that yes, if Ladybug continues down this path, the blowback is guaranteed to happen whether she likes it or not. I expect a proper payoff to this in due time, whether this season or next. Just please show, please pay this off. This is probably the greatest bit of setup you have been doing. I really don't want this to be another one of those moments where you set something up and do nothing with it later. I am on my knees. Imagine the truth leaks out in Paris and Ladybug becomes hated by not only the media, but some of her personal friends as well. I feel like that might be worthy of akumatization. And then you could have an episode where her friends are forced to forgive her in order to save her and have them understand where she was coming from while still standing their ground about her being wrong. Guys, come on! You can do it! I believe in you! I don't ask for much. I just ask for food. Side note, Adrian fans must be feeling a lot more fed right now, while Cat Noir fans must be starving. This power he gets is cool, but also so late in the game, a part of me asks why he is even still here. Poor Bugger hasn't even really done much, and it's kind of sad seeing it. At least the Miraculous still show their inner plot device in interesting ways. Just imagine a power. Oh, okay, cool. Guess they are unlimited. Boy, that must make a lot of consistent power scaling enthusiasts really upset. Luckily, I ain't one of them. If it makes for a good story, I don't mind. Look, the series is playing with its continuity again. This is the same guy from Pixelator. It's a real shame the timeline still gives me a headache, but I like cool nods and stuff. Yeah. His power in this episode is also pretty interesting. It could be used in good or bad ways, which is pretty fitting with someone as manipulative as Lila. She is being pretty smart with these baddies. I mean, she's still losing every episode, but hey, what can you do? Alright, one more to go now. And let's see if it's less filler and more killer. You get it? I rhymed the words. Look, see, I'm good at script writing. Look! More gay people! Hooray? In fact, it isn't just a confirmation episode, it is an episode about the gay people. Seriously, the unsubtle subtext is firing at all fronts with this one. A mother who isn't accepting of her son and wants to put him on the, quote-unquote, straight. This isn't judgment, by the way. I freaking love this. The moment I saw what the episode was doing, I immediately went, oh, okay. Guess the quality of episode 7 gave us a nice hint of things to come, and I am all here for it. This is a much better representation compared to the backgroundness of the prior Winks and Nods. Marinette is also a bit more ridiculous here, but in a more of a normal way instead of an odd way. Her anxiety isn't character contradicting, just goofy. She is worried that she won't be seen as desirable enough to Adrian because she is a human being and can catch colds. Superhero level colds, but, you know, a cold nonetheless. Sadly, this is pretty much just filler again, but to a much more reasonable extent. It doesn't feel like the story is hanging its main plot in front of you, it's just doing its own thing and having fun, which is my preference. I like the time we are spending with the larger cast now, and seeing characters like Nate, like Ivan, and so on get proper stories they can call their own is nice. I am suddenly caring more about them now because the show itself is beginning to care more about them, you know? And while I wish it was just even more upfront and said these two were gay, I'm going to assume it's a much larger cultural issue and that this is the best we are getting. Because God forbid, the world certainly is not being nice to anybody of diverse communities right now, and the fact we have a story like this in a show as big as it's getting pretty much is a godsend. So, put her there for attempting Miraculous. It's important more than ever to show stuff like this, especially to kids. On some other notes I have, we once again have a parental figure presented in not the best light, but at least it's a mom, so it isn't all evil daddies. Although the dad isn't really helping much here. Also, what is with it with this season and snot imagery? I'll never know. Cat Noir got his ass beat again. God, it's like the good old days. I do find it funny that Adrian assumes the amount of Camembert he carries finally caught up to him and he smells bad. I've been wondering since season 1 if that would ever happen. He loves Marinette so much that he is willing to go to the sensory overload mile and attempt to get rid of it. This ship is so doomed, man. At this point, I'm waiting for the penny to drop, but I still love seeing the wholesomeness of it.
Marinette, Bonne nouvelle, tu ne sentiras plus de mauvaise
Oh, Adrian! And it's with that where we pretty much end things off for now. Miraculous still goes on strong, while I continue to exist and do my thing for however long. As stated in the last video, I'll be back every 3 episodes or so you don't have to worry about that. Like I said, person of my word. I will be attempting to make other videos as well, but this series is sort of just my way to consistently have me come back. Just so, like, if I somehow don't do anything else, at least there's always a Miraculous video guaranteed, which seems kind of maybe underwhelming for you guys, but I swear I do actually have video ideas and stuff in the works. Just give me a solid minute. I'm still young. Still very young. But, you know, yeah, there you go. Say what you need to say down there. Maybe even share the video if you want. Give me even more weird attention, because I'm not used to that. Just do all the typical YouTuber things that you do to other YouTubing people. So until the next video, whenever the hell that is, I shall exit this video, not only in the most awkward way possible, but we'll do it even more awkwardly, where I shall sing the Blue's Clues ending theme. You ready, kids? Okay. How's it go again? Now it's time for so long. Do. But let's sing just one more song. Thanks for doing your part. You sure are hopefully smart, you know, with me and you, and my shirt's blue, and we can do anything. What the hell am I doing?